Y'all seen the topic or the actual title? What have the false prophets done for you, Manaka? You know what I'm saying? What have they done? They was allowed to have their reign. What have they done? I'm talking about the ones who Elijah Muhammad's, Elijah Muhammad's, they're still going to today. Now, hold up, y'all. These are Thuggy Dubs here around with the food popping. You know what I'm saying? So what have they done, y'all? They was talking about nationality, man. We was talking about nationality. Thuggy Dubs, come on now. Come on over here. Come get some. We're talking about nationality. They told us things, physically, with the exception of Malachi York, who got a little bit deeper, false prophet, as far as he let individuals know of multi-dimensional spirituality, and quantum singularities. Not in such a sense, but that those dimensions exist in part of the creation. You know what I'm saying? So he has a book called, the Living Soul. All this is within, the Holy Tabernacle. So he came a little bit further to build on the soul, but not to further, build, to combine it all together. Thuggy Dub, come on. And so, what have they really truly done for you? Have they established land somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Have you got sovereignty from them? Because what I see and what I've been seeing, it's all about this information. Who has the big ups on the information? Who's the big I? Who's the little you? Who can get who to worship who? And that's the beginning of a false heavenly kingdom, in atmosphere, where you have false gods wanting to rule, the mortals and other beings. You know what I'm saying? As far as they just have this censorship where they mastered their self, but they haven't mastered the point of ruling other people, of ruling other beings. And these beings go from one world to the next, trying to take advantage of people's souls, whether by force or depending on the development of that world, or by manipulation. So when you had those false prophets, G, coming in trying to market to your soul, giving you a certain religion, like Islam, here y'all go, like Islam, certain sects of Islam, certain dimensions of Islam. You had the Orthodox, you had, Sunni. There's a division in that. That's showing and proving it's not from the Creator right there. It's not when it's a division, that means that when singular angels come and they start to talk and they're professing a certain thing, they're coming in the name of building their false heavenly kingdom. Like when you hear words like Gabriel, he says that he's from Allah, as he gives you this is this all being, but he doesn't really explain it as such. Just enough to keep you under a certain spell, like the world. And it's the same thing with the Christians, but they all both spread their religion through the sword, and it was more powerful then because it was during a time where darkness reigned on the earth, and the darkness was spiritual darkness, where those weren't really aware. We had to have priests and things of that nature, or the rest of the world had to have priests. Nagas was priests and priestess. That was the land of the priest kings and the priest queens. You know what I'm saying? The emperor of the world. Everybody's talking about Mansa Musa's being the most richest, and it's keeping your attention off of the mainland. Like what the false prophets say that we came from Africa and they brought us over to a certain place. Well, they keep you over in Africa, and you won't look at what Amaru is about. There ain't no monkeys in Amaru. In North America, there's no monkeys. There's little bitty types of monkeys in Central America, but that's it. There's no orangutans and none of that. No gorillas and none of that. They're considered a form of man. And them beings were warned not to have sex with them beings, and they did. The apes had sex with them. To this day, they have sex with these type of beings. You know what I'm saying? They have sex with their orangutan. They got footage right now where they got orangutan where they shave the whole body off, and then they boom. The whole hair off their body, and then they have sex with her. Ain't that crazy? But there's no orangutans in America. So I gotta pay attention and watch my little roof because we're drawing mugs up and the sun is out. And Thuggy Dubs is just all over the place. The food's over there, they just like the attention, I think. right now because we was showing each other love and stuff like that. Here y'all go. So, you know, the false prophets, they was trying to market to your soul first of all and get your mind, and then get you to add on to their control. They all came in singular names. Farrar, that was one name. Became in the name of, like, he's like the person, you know what I'm saying? Then you had another name, Noble Drew Ali. These are names. These are, even though Noble Drew Ali was first, and it was said that, you know, Noble Drew Ali and Farrar Muhammad was together, and Farrar Muhammad was Wali Farrar Muhammad. He was a part of the whole Moor Science Temple, and then he broke off and then started telling everybody they were black and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where that black started really coming in at, you know what I'm saying? And black is, we, you know, as we do, we turn it into a positive thing, whereas, you know, black means, you know, the essence and things of that nature. But it can also has a dual meaning, like everything else. It's like Satan being a light, you know what I'm saying? It's a dual meaning to that. It's being also with the Creator being the Most High, all light, you know? So yeah, also shit, Satan, or the supposedly the lower entity, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, is enlightened as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to be smart to be operating and moving around the atmosphere. But they can't get up to Etheria, and this is where Malachi York built upon, you know what I'm saying, where the Nagas is from. It's from Etheria. See, they'll give you little bits and pieces through their singular messengers, through their false prophets. And now you got false prophets that they got, like they just put on YouTube now and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they're not talking about the all person and the all being. You know, they're tucked to, like, they're the main one of the health. Like, it's their toxic crusader that haven't really, you know, handled their cluster B personality disorder and shit, and not giving all glory to the Creator, because the Creator's hands on the world right now, you know what I'm saying? And it's shown and proven evident, because the power is getting took away from the false ones, you know, and now it's been revealed. So these beings who came with these singular names, like the Father, James Clarence 13X, he didn't come into, like, he wasn't striving to come in the name you praise him or nothing like that. It was like, yo, the glory is within you, and it's the all person, the all being, you know what I'm saying? And we're just gods of that all being. We're a part of this, and all we do is grow in our light, our heat, light, and energy, form ourselves up, you know. And it's just, they want to keep you in the flesh so bad, where it's like, man, you are a metaphysical being. You actually have a light that transcends this physical realm, and you actually continue on in light, you know. And so with the corporeal world, they want you just, like I say, they market to your afterlife, where they want to keep you in their false heavenly kingdoms upon death. Everything's geared around that. So false prophets, you see, Brother Polite, he came in the name of, you know, as far as like saying his teacher was so and so, but he didn't say who the all person was. He was using the Egyptology and things of that nature. You know, nobody was talking about the Owaspi book, you know, and so they was afraid to actually touch on that, and they're afraid to touch on it now. So a lot of Egyptology stuff that we got going on now was founded by a grafted man, or a white man, or whatever you want to call him, WIGHT, you know, or a Caucasian, whatever you want to call him. Okay, we don't know the actual nationalities, because we were taken away from that. You know, we weren't really striving to be too involved into the king's people, but once we start getting involved in it, we start losing our spirituality and our nature, you know, and hence we was able to get marketed to by the idolizers, because over in Arabia or Mecca, man, the Kaaba is an idol. You got Allah in there in a circle. You got the actual being. It doesn't look human either. You know what I'm saying? He's in the actual, you know, image of him is in the actual Kaaba, the black stone. And the black stone is just symbolic to the Naga in the world. It's the center of the world is the black stone. You know what I mean? That's where everything revolves around. It's a magnetic center. It's not the globe that we see. The globe is what or the sphere that we have the illusion of seeing, since they done projected their false cosmology on us and got us to look outward instead of inward, and also not looking directly upward. You know, we were, you know, tricked as far as like saying like, okay, the planets are this way, they're sphere, because everything's up in the sky. We think it is a sphere, but it's really just a circle of what we see. It could be an object that's a certain other shaped a whole nother way, you know. So anyhow, though, right here we're within something which is on a flat plane, but the disc is the disc is what we actually on, but the actual atmosphere that's outside it is a ball. So they'll just try to play it like, oh, we're living on the outside of a ball. But everything the Most High shows you that by example that everything starts from the seed from within and it grows. So we're gonna keep it simple. And I should have jumped right on in it, building on the alpha. I mean, building on today's math with knowledge and the culture, all being born of power refinement. So last day we was knowledge and the understanding, all being born of culture. So now we knowledge and the culture now. So we was knowing that we was knowledge and the understanding last day when we born that culture. We see the culture as I God, which is you're naturally having the plan to build your freedom and happiness and cultivate that as you grow spiritually. We haven't had the spiritual insight yet so much because of the false prophets played so much of a interference in our understanding. But the Most High showed us right now in this day and age, dealing with the now, which is the N letter in the alphabet, knowing now is the time, is always the time to end anything that's weak and wicked. Most High's hand right now is on all of us. So the glory is going to be given to the Most High Creator, and it's showing and proving that the Creator exists through harmony. Anything through harmony and symphony and orchestras, and that's orchestrated and put together, wellly put together, divinely. But knowledge in the culture, knowledge in the divine culture, it shows and proves your power. Your power is the truth, which is the energy, force, and magnetism. And your truth is the Most High. That's it. That's your power. So once we start utilizing those energies, then we'll be able to, play it out. But with the false prophets coming along, we was blinded for a time. But now the false prophets are like, a little bit. Let me pull this up. Sorry about that. I don't know your last name. But anyways though. How you doing out there? Hope all is well. So yeah, man, we out here getting some of this fruit, boom, boom, boom. And we're talking about the false prophets. It's hard to say that on the actual mainland. You have to get off and pretty much reveal these things. Because it was a lot of things going on, a lot of deception going on in the world. So a lot of the world believe that all niggas is from Africa or whatnot, and that's not the case. And now it's starting to be revealed through, study. Now that only like 92,000 Africans probably came through, it's according to the 20 million they say. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't know no better. It was prophesied. We're from a prophetic culture, a true culture. So now is always the time to end the weak and wickedness within. The porn definitely got to stop it, because this is how we're going to be able to see through things. We weren't able to see through them because we're low on the light. And we was on drugs. Our people's on drugs. Alcohol. That opens up pathways for certain spirits to come in and boom and control the family or the heads of the family. I came up in the era where the dope game was out. And so you have the little kids selling dope to their own parents and shit. I came up in that era. So now that we kind of passed all of that, we got to a point where we can actually spiritually address these things. We can put all of the false prophets to the side. Like, yo, you came, you did your thing, you took the cream up out of it, because that's what the gods do. We look at it and say, just draw the cream up out of it, G. Get the drop up out of that joint and then roll with it, Because when you start following somebody's ideology, that's when you become a slave of mental death and power. You naturally become an 85er, what the NOI say, an 85er. Those who are easily led in the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right. Nation of Gods and Earths, we just happen to adopt those lessons because they were some of the first lessons that we was able to see and study. Because of our offshoot came from the Father who came, which we will say the Father, which is the foundation of how we was able to look and see through things, And when he born those degrees, it just happened to spread word of mouth all the way up till it got to me. I ain't had no internet. That shit was going word of mouth. He had to have enlighteners. Me and that niggas was sitting down, building and learning from each other. And that's what the world don't even understand. They don't even know, like, y'all niggas was talking like that? Yeah, we was having ciphers and shit downtown, in your big Minneapolis and your Chicago's and all your major cities and shit. And so ciphers is just where it's a group of intelligent men, which is gods, basically, original men, black men, you know what I'm saying? Very intelligent, building on today's math or whatever degree they're using to bring forth an understanding within one another and just sharpening the swords. And so when they seen that, they was like, oh no, y'all can't be gathering like this, G. Because the ciphers was getting up to 9 gods in the cipher and one would be in the middle building. weather started changing, the wind started picking up and shit, they start seeing like, damn, these niggas got power and shit. It's like real life heart. Yeah, so they try to find a way to disrupt that in us. We're getting to a time where we have to apply those things now. And that's why they kind of got the father, because it was like they wanted to make sure that we wasn't going to unite without a leader. And so Most High wanted to show you that you can unite without a leader, and that the Most High is a leader. Because the false prophets, they came, they saw. And what did they do for you? They revealed things for you, still for you to benefit, but what did they truly do for you to benefit in this world? What kind of program? The Black Panthers did more than the false prophets did. I'm saying, you know, the Black Panthers was a threat, because it was like, damn, these must created the WIC program. You know, it was helping people get food. There's a lot of things, Chief. A lot of things going on. The false prophets are just sent through the hood to cause confusion, chaos, like, you know, Yakub's Rapid Devils do. Very serious. You can just take anything and learn from it. That's who you are. Everything that is, you just shape it and form it into certain things due to the intelligence that you have that was given to you as a gift from the Creator. Everybody can't sing, but you can harmonize. You got ones that can sing, you got ones that can play instruments. You know, it all comes together. That shows the harmony, the unity of the Creator. It's meant for us to come together. He never meant for us to be apart, you know what I'm saying? Only for a season. Evil was only allowed to triumph for a season. And that's just strengthening it. So now is always the time to end anything wicked within you. And starting with porn, you definitely gotta get that shit up. If you really want to unite with your brethren, you gotta get that shit up, dude. Can't just be going out leisurely having fun in their world. It's just gonna be a part of their world. You can't have two masters. You're gonna be in their world and still have so-called knowledge of self. We got a little thicker now, you know, we're a little deeper in our knowledge of self. Now there's not been too many false prophets around. You know, we had YouTube false prophets, you know, toxic crusaders that came about. And it's like the same way how they try to form, you know, false heavens. I mean, false heavenly kingdoms, where Most High got it already lined up with the heavenly kingdoms, how to graduate. You think spirits is just gonna be just that they just stay on earth and shit? Like, you gotta get them off of earth. You have to train. That's what God do. The head God. You got Lord God, and you got lords. You know what I'm saying? They're over different plateaus of different lands, while the head God is at third resurrection at the top. And the Bible kind of talks about resurrections a little bit in Revelation. Excuse me, in Revelations. But we don't really touch on it too tough. But a resurrection is dealing with upon death. There are certain levels of where your spirit is designed to go to upon the grade of your mortal life. But in the Bible, it's meant to scare you. It'd be like, yo, you're going to be judged for everything you did. Hell is where you're going, nigga. Like, damn, man. But there are hells, and these hells are formed and made up in atmosphere for certain spirits who who did a lot of hell, a lot of wrong and shit, you know what I'm saying? Who had a lot of millions and billions of angels form knots around them, because these angels cling to them like they're the Almighty, and these false gods can't even escape this knot, because they're so deeply entrapped by billions of angels. It's only an advanced Ethereum can come to it and unravel the knot, and it takes time to do that shit. And then within that knot is foul gases, suffocating smells, you know what I'm saying? Treacherous sounds, sights, thoughts, death, but not dying. Because angels, when you're in life form, you're not dying. You could just be tortured for forever. That's horrible. But they give you a little bit of that understanding. The false prophets don't really talk about it too much. They don't really like to talk about death too much, because they want you to find their little heavenly kingdom, because they're at the end. They at the end. They ain't really got heavenly kingdoms up there. This is like the end of their shit, nigga. It's like ain't no well, who they market for now? You know what I'm saying? The Mormons, so they all using this name Jesus real hard and shit. You know what I'm saying? So you got angels that play the role of being like, you know, of that produce, you know, these false kingdoms, these false religions, like shoot-offs, like of Roman Catholic religion, Christian type shit. You know what I'm saying? And you got the Mormons, and you got other motherfuckers and shit. But they got little small heavenly kingdoms that was built up over certain cities, like in Utah, that's where the Mormons are at and shit. And that's where niggas was at. So wherever there's mothers going there was niggas there already before. Ain't no reason for them to be there. So they're trying to tap into your energy. It's like being with a chick or someone who just want to go to a place because you've been there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Somehow it makes them feel connected to your ass somehow, somewhere. So yeah. But the false prophets didn't get too deep into that because they could have recommended certain books to read, like do this, but they wanted to keep you into their curriculum. Whether it was NOI, you had to learn how to write like Farad Muhammad, your handwriting or penmanship had to be exactly perfect to his. Ain't that crazy? They had a note where you had to learn how to write like him, you know? And they had mathematical equations that was damn near impossible to solve and shit, you know? And so anyways, but you can get an understanding just by looking at it. But it's like, yo, what have they done? Does anybody do they have hospitals or, you know, healing places in the world? Gardens in the United States, anywhere? You know what I'm saying? Was people really targeting their organization to murder them motherfuckers? Enough to be like, you know, because they had, you know, Farrakhan was a good actor, man, a good speaker. He got that from, you know, he learned from the best, Malcolm, you know what I'm saying? And Malcolm was like a celebrity and shit. I mean, it was always on TV. It's like, you know, did they, you know, listening to Farrakhan, it just made everybody, you know, believe that, you know, the world is ending at a certain time. This white man is an enemy, the Jew, and, you know what I'm saying? Everything to keep your mind away from, okay, man, can we get some land and us shit, you know what I'm saying? And can we just build our shit? Because you really coming in the hood and you really stressing the fact that we should be, that you're the savior, that the savior day in every fucking thing. You're stressing it the most. So damn, can we have some NOI fruit? Like you say, the fruit of Islam, can we have some fruit? Then I want to get some mango tree fruit from some NOI and shit here. With the Moors, I should be able to call a lawyer to get us all locked out the system and shit. How come we're not able to do that? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna do it. I don't care if you know every fucking commercial code, UCC, financial one statement, filing the debtor and the secured party creditor. Man, ain't none of that shit gonna work. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? Accepted for value, your bills, you're gonna continue to be violated as long as these motherfuckers is in office and doing things to rule you. You're voting them into the office. And Abraham already told you ain't supposed to be voting for the king's people. But we fucked up and did it. And the false prophets is really making you back that shit. They never found a way to get you up out the shit. So when Malachi York came in, he talked about, a couple things. Like, he just let you know of the law. He didn't let you know, like, yo, this is what we gotta do, the boom, boom, boom. Because right now, his ass fucked up. He spoke on it, but now he got, like, all these different lawyers and everything switching. I don't even look at that as being personal. I look at his time was up for the teaching for them, and they got him out somewhere eating, chilling. You know what I'm saying? He's done. Now he can relax. You know what I'm saying? He worked for them. And it's like all of them did, you know? You ain't got shit. You ain't got shit. I don't give a fuck if you're thinking you got $100,000, man, and you got a home or whatever, man, gee, you ain't got the creator, you ain't got shit, gee. You can know all the shit, all the stars, you can know every name of the fucking fish, the cell, all the way down, and it's all written in books anyways, biology is written in Latin anyway. You can know it all down to the fucking germ, man. If you don't know the creator, you don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? They could have told you about, you know, hey, men got to be celibate, G. We got to reset type shit. They should have been said that. But they'll keep that secret for them. To keep power over you. Instead of making us all powerful and shit. And that's what these false prophets, that was all they here for. You have, you know, polite. That's a false prophet. I can put the names out there because of judgment season shit. I can say what the fuck I want to say, G. So they're the ones that came and took the daggone oath and like, yo, they wanted to lead niggas. So I could talk about them. They chose. I could have my feedback and shit, freedom of speech, shit like that. You know, bro, Polite even came to try to get a message to me. I ain't had to do it. I ain't respond, but his brother ended up getting locked up. And it's all geared around sexual shit, they say. Who knows if that nigga really locked up or not, but it's geared around sexuality shit, you know? It's like his mentor, teacher, Malachi York, sexuality, you know? There was no men at the compound, and the nigga was gonna sell the motherfucking land anyways. It's talking about Malachi York, 476 acres. And he was telling us that Egypt was 19 acres, and look how much is being talked about, but having 476 acres, claiming to be the forerunner of so-and-so, and we all couldn't build on it, but we got all these different monuments to further, you know, brainwash us and to keep us in this spell of worship. You know, that's really what it was. It wasn't gardening. We had no gardening. We had no birthing center. Shit that we've been about to have. You know what I'm saying? False prophets couldn't put that shit out there, G. It ain't one wearing the right garments. Wearing garments with little fake ass nylon and shit on it. They're wearing with nylon shit, man. Not hemp made garments. You know, I can say what the fuck I want to say because they came in the name. They tried to motherfucking market to your soul, G. Them was false prophets. Most High ain't got no fucking patience for no false prophets, G. Fuck them, G. You know what I'm saying? They're false shepherds, leading you in the wrong direction. You know, further putting you in there, further putting you down. And then talking bad about you if you're making the wrong decision in the world because you out here in the people's world and don't know what the fuck to do. Meanwhile, you know how big 476 acres is? Damn, G. If Black Wall Street was 40 acres, damn, how many times 40 going to 476? You gonna sell it to who? You can have your own county at that point. You have our own situation going on. You had that much influence. See, the ones who got influence, they know it already, G. So yeah, then you got, you know, certain false prophets they're allowed to come out on the YouTubes and do their thing. And they're talking about healing and shit, right? Healing. We're not talking about what a real virus is and shit, you know what I'm saying? A certain type of healing I'm talking about as far as like, you know, you already possess the virus inside of you. It just has to be a certain type of element that's released that allow this virus to show itself. You don't just have a airborne virus because viruses can't live in an oxygen pure environment. It's something that's sprayed in the air that inoculates you, that fucks you up, that allows you to produce a certain virus or a certain protein that's within your body. And they see like, oh damn, everybody's producing this protein. They'll blame it on something that is called a virus and shit, which is something that is external to you, they're saying. But the real virus is something that's on the inside, which is a protein that forms from something that it was exposed to on the outside of your physical body, your biology. That's really what it is. I'm going to talk about that on my other channel. But it all deals with spiritual nature though, you know? So yeah, we had to go in on the false prophets real fast. I ain't gonna go too much longer, man. We're gonna go into 30 minutes. But the false prophets was the reason what was holding you back. You was putting your love and your faith into them instead of the all person or all being. And the more you do that, the more you give your power away. And that's dealing with knowledge in your culture today. And the power is what's pouring from it. So you gave it away. So now is the time to get it back. Know that the foundation is you, where you're looking from. The wisdom is the manifestation, everything that you see. As you're part of the creator, so everything you see is the manifestation of you. Now understanding when you go through the whole labyrinth and walk it, that's how you gain that understanding. That's a clear perception. Then from there you go on to the culture. Or you deal in equality. 1, 2, 3 equals 6. But if you're dealing with it with steps, you go on to your way of life, which is divine. Divine, which is straight up predestined, preordained. the power comes. The power. Now you see, okay, cool. The truth, something that never changes. You are the truth, the answer. The answer is the truth. It is the equality to all things. By using refinement to removing things that are trash and filth within your cipher, you'll be able to gain that clear perception and utilize that truth. Now, you're becoming God. Because you done seen the equality of things. Now you're becoming who you truly are. God or goddess. We're going to add goddess in there because God, a lot of the earths be wanting to be, I'm God, motherfucker. You God? Okay, what am I then, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. My God is, I don't know, nigga, you the fertilizer. Nah. But then you got the he and her after that. But the God is the motivator, sustainer, controller, and Lord of all the worlds. You, on your own, just all your worlds up right here on your physical body. You got 92 to 99 naturally occurring elements. You got to get these things in order, you know, and learning how to remove the trash and filth, which is utilizing your lymphatic system, which is your eliminating system, your sewer system, or your immune system, to get rid of these things. And when you do that, how to do that, you're like, how do you do that? Well, you got to get the sweating and get your kidneys to filter, and that's what's going to make you move. Hey, how you doing?
You're going to play chicken play?
Oh, no, I eat fruits and stuff. I eat the fruits and veggies.
Okay.
But if you ever had some fruits, look for me.
I have avocado.
You got some avocado? Yeah, I'll take avocado. I was on I was on a live, but if you do come back here, I'll take the avocado if you come back. I appreciate it, Auntie. Hey, we good. That avocado's gonna be straight from the earth. I'm pretty sure. Avocados is big around here. They give you super. They'd be like, where you get your fats from? Avocado. Yeah, you only need one of them joints. But back to building. You know what I'm saying? Or build or destroy. God being the motivator, sustaining, control, and Lord of all the worlds. Your worlds getting all your lymphatics moving. I skipped real ahead. I had to go that. You get your lymphatic system moving, boom. That's jump roping. You know what I'm saying? Sweating, getting in the sun, bam, bam, bam. It pulls all these impurities about you. Quick, you got to be up in it. You got to be immersed in it. If you got toxic melanin, you won't be able to sit in the sun that long, G. I don't care if you're dark as hell. You can be black as night, motherfucker. If your melanin toxic, mean that you've been eating all kind of animal shit. And a lot of people do eat steak, things that have blood in it, stuff like that. Your melanin is going to be hella hot and toxic, G. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, Thuggy Dub? I mean, Swift. There you go. I got Swift on. Swift like, nigga, I got to come over there, man. I got to come over there. That was a beautiful lady and shit. She wanted to give me a hot chicken plate. I was like, I don't get hot chicken plate. She probably wanted me to come over there. So, but I was in the middle of doing this. I said the 30 minutes, but we went a little bit longer. That's all good. Swift. Swift. Come here, Swift. What's up? That's a little canary bird. Y'all know them little birds that be in the hood and shit, or downtown and stuff like that? They be some dirty little mugs and shit, they be getting it. That's them out here. Come here, Swift. It's smart as I don't know what, shit. I be throwing it up in the air, them niggas catch it like Deion Sanders shit. Let me put it over here. So yeah, 8, build or destroy. That's he and her. You got two ciphers. A cipher is 360 degrees of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Understanding completes the cipher. It's the reason why you have a conversation. You bring forth your knowledge and your wisdom, and boom, you got the understanding in that conversation. Y'all just built something. You built something with that structure, and it's not necessarily just to give you understanding of building something. You're using your conversation. You use wisdom as the blocks, the building blocks, so you can have that understanding to actually be the structure that y'all talked about. Like, oh, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what building is. You know what I mean? So you're using wisdom, your wits, and to show that with the gender, you got man and woman, he and her. They come together. It's two ciphers. That's 360 degrees on both sides. That's 720 degrees. That's the supreme master. But you got false prophets coming in and saying that they have certain things. And, you know, of course, we don't know shit. Because they done took your information and try to run circles around your ass and shit. Motherfuckers got good glory to the Most High right now, G. They dropping this shit to all his babies. And they can't touch it like hammer and shit, dude. So, at the end, you got 9, which is born. You know, this is the completion point. The 9 of the spiral, the actual portal. vortexian current. So that my number happens to be 9 and 6. It's crazy. Not 6 and 9, but 9 and 6. You know, but 9. Born is to be complete. Now you're born what? You're born your life. Born's what? Culture. So that's naturally what you do. You naturally born your culture no matter where in the hell you go. It's natural to you. I'm talking about monogamous. No matter what you do, they look at your life. They want to do all kind of things with you, man. So that's because it's your culture. The way you live your life. It's free. And the more discipline you have, the more freer you are. The more freer you are, the more you're able to cultivate that happiness that you already have as a gift from within, from the Creator. You're already a ripened spirit. It's not about being evil and good, but we can look at it in those sense. But it's really about ripened and unripened spirits. And there's a lot of unripened spirits. That's why Most High has his people as being the example of being the most ripened ones on earth, whether it's righteousness or evilness and shit. Where they would say evilness, like this is the perfect way to showcase evil right here. Da-na-na. It's the perfect way to showcase good and righteousness. You know? So yeah, those are quick things a baby can get. False prophets had to teach for 33 years. For what? What the hell did they do for 33 years, G? When I see some Malachi Yorkians and the Wapians, you know, it falls apart because they ain't got no leader. I don't even have to know what the hell's going on with that shit. I know it ain't righteous. You know what I'm saying? I know it ain't gonna withstand the Creator. And they know the Creator's coming. His hands are here and shit. You know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers was against fruit. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, how you against fruit? To my Malachi, he was against fruit. So you shouldn't even eat fruit. Who in the hell is against fruit? Oh, that's a fly. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give up big ups to Dr. Robert Morris, man. He's a white boy. He's one of those white boys that you know that be in tune, that was one of them others that's like, certain white people, man, they just like the truth, no matter what it is, P. No matter what it is. So he's one of them type, you know. And so, yeah, I like Dr. Sabi, but there was a lot of money involved with things. Let me look around. There's a lot of money involved with him, you know what I'm saying? And money can be involved with anything, but just, it's not like you can, it's like being in the hood when niggas trying to hold and stand on that little nickel bag and shit, man. This is 0.4, man. But you know, shit, it's, you know, or 0.3 and shit or whatever. But like, damn, nigga, you know you can do 0.5. Well, I'm only getting it for, okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people doing stuff like that if you're in the hood, if you know hood antics and shit. You know, not letting up. Because if you real, you know, you're going to have to let, hey, man, I'm getting 5, nigga, 0.7s for your ass, shit. You know, dimes, we want 1, 2, nigga, on your ass, nigga. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm getting a little bit more, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If I can afford it, if I can make it go quicker, G. You know what I'm saying? I can get it back quicker instead of me sitting and waiting and shit for these mothers to get it for this amount. It's like in stores and shit, motherfuckers that have a store open. I'm looking at malls, they should be closed, man. It's like y'all got nothing but all this new ass shit in there. Y'all waiting to sell this whole expensive ass shit. Let's show you how motherfuckers don't even, how valuable it is. Motherfuckers don't even want to go in Macy's out here. All that Macy's shit is just sitting in there. Nobody even want to go in there and shit. Nobody give a fuck. You're sitting on it with that price and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it up. That's business. All right, so yeah. But now's the time though to end it. And that's what I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be ending it. Always on the bullshit. Roots and berries. It's Brother Pete. He's Brother Pete. You know, I hope you're still here, man, because I gotta say this. You know, it depends how old you are right now. You know, and also what you eat on the side. This is probably where you need the coaching himself to come in at. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you'll catch on to it you'll catch on to it, and it depends on where you're at too. But fruit, majority of your time, you want to eat that, man. And then at nighttime, eat you a meal, whatever kind of meal you want to eat, which is, I don't care if you eat a pizza. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure it's a good pizza. You know, I understand where we at with it. Sometimes people can go cold turkey. I did it, you know what I'm saying, when I was like 17, 18, as I went on. And then I started being vegetarian, or just I ate cheese later, like my later years when I started to get around closer to 30. But, you know, and I ate fish too. But you'll know what you'll be eating. You'll start seeing what it is. But if you can eat fruits and veggies only, you're gonna be hella lit if you can control. If you have the ability to eat that, you're gonna be good. If you can get the greens to go with it, like quinoa, that'd be great, G. You know, quinoa with all your little lightly sauteed veggies in there and shit with some little, you know, brag or coconut aminos. Coconut aminos would be good, you know. And just a little bit, not too much. Boom, you'll be good. So with that being said, I love y'all, man. I love you. Thank you for tuning in too, Pete. But if you can eat fruits and berries about 80% of the time, man, you're gonna be straight. So with that being said, I'm gonna hop off of here and finish this this whole lonely can of 100% pineapple juice. All right, I'll deal with you on the next one. Peace.